Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Okay, so let's cut to the chase. You've been gassing this event up. All kinds of energy has been put into this event. I need to know, explain to me, why is it so amazing? Why is it going to be so great?
Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah
This
amma
time.
ba'd. So the reality of the matter is, akhi, I can't really tell people, we can't really tell people what the X factor is.
Okay.
It's like going to a banging restaurant and asking them for the recipe or the secret sauce.
Oh, subhanAllah. It's like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, alhamdulillah, our events,
Mhm.
they always have that wow factor about them. Yeah, the little.
Mm.
How would you?
I can't. How do I explain it?
What would you call it? The sauce, that secret sauce. That event has that secret sauce.
Nice.
Like, look, people can already see online that when we do Matic in the masjid, there's a certain little secret sauce with it.
Mm.
When we do Umrah with the mandem, people have been Umrah before. People seen our Umrah trips.
Mm.
Akhi, I'm telling you now, the likelihood of them seeing or experiencing anything like what they do when they come with us is second to none.
Mm.
There's a little something that Allah Azza wa Jal, He allowed us to understand
Mm.
about doing events and the youth, and we just kind of sprinkle a little bit of that, little bit of that sauce over the
Love
event.
it. I love it.
But that's something else. Can't really tell you about that.
Okay.
But
Great.
there's things that I can tell you about.
Go on. Anything is useful at this point. So.
Okay, so look, at the Knowledge College, we have an ethos. We
Okay.
have a motto. We have a goal,
Mhm.
and the goal is double-sided. The foundational goal is that we want people to learn. We want people to become educated with regards to the foundational things of their religion, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we have the various different programs, online, offline, and so on and so forth. So always we're thinking, knowledge-wise, we're thinking, what do the people need? What do they need in order to worship Allah on a basic level? What do they need in a day-to-day life? So the KnowledgeCon is all about giving them knowledge that they need to live in the 21st century specifically, in the West specifically. So remember, there are certain things that wouldn't be relevant to someone living back home in Pakistan or Egypt or Saudi Arabia because they don't face those problems. But there are certain problems that are specific to the Muslim community in the West.
In the UK.
I'll give you an example, yeah? Like jobs. Jobs. A person will struggle to find a job that is halal
Yeah.
due to a bunch of factors.
Yeah.
Okay? One factor could be because the job in and within itself is haram. For example, the job is like being like a bank manager. You're dealing with interest loans. You're giving loans and
Yeah.
you're dealing with riba directly.
Yeah.
That's directly haram. Or it could be because the job isn't in and within itself haram, but the company you work for, it might deal with haram. For example, the company doesn't do riba. It doesn't give out loans. It doesn't do, but it might have a branch of the company that's involved in riba. It might have taken a loan. So your boss took a loan to run the company, but the work isn't haram in and with itself.
Okay.
So can you now work
So the
for
question
this
is
company?
it haram? Is it not haram?
Do you understand?
Okay. Okay.
It's not just the company being haram, but it's the company having dealt in haram.
Yeah, I get it.
Or having a branch in haram. Okay, but then there's a third thing now.
Go on.
There's a third category, which is the company's not haram. The trading is not haram. It doesn't have any arms in haram. But there might be certain situations and circumstances in which you might be required to do haram. For example,
Shave your
interviewing a
beard.
woman.
Oh, shave your beard, for example.
That's like more of a long-term thing. I'm talking about like a specific instance.
Okay.
For example, they tell you have to have a meeting and a woman alone, free mixing. Khalwa, privately, you and a woman talking. So you're like, whoa, okay. So like the job, you understand the difference. The job isn't haram. It's not even dealing with haram. It's just every now and again you might be asked to do an element of haram.
Yeah.
So now, how do you navigate these three circumstances? Do they all take the same ruling? Is there differences? Is there alternatives to the three? So these are things that are practical and people need to know answers to these kind of things. Another issue, and this is actually one of the topics that's being discussed.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, Ustad Muhammad Timhambu is going to be doing
Okay.
a delivery on this, inshallah. Another issue is getting married. So, look, you live in a day and age in a society in which everyone's just boyfriend, girlfriend. And it's a very hypersexual society. The only way we can protect ourselves is through halal in marriage.
Mhm.
Okay, marriage has got so many obstacles. Now you're living in a country where zina,
Yeah.
sleeping with a woman, is just a popcorn and a cinema ticket. But marriage can cost you 20 grand. So what are practical ways to overcome these obstacles? There are certain things that are specific to our circumstance, akhi, that you might not find back home. So then how do we find answers to these contemporary solutions and problems that we have? Not just in issues relating to fiqh, but also issues relating to shubuhat, doubts that are being thrown and hurled at the Muslims. For example, back home in Pakistan, like, we don't have an issue of feminism. We don't have an issue of atheism, even though they might be rising slowly, coming out of the, out of the midst, that might be rising issues, but they're not real issues that are like on a mainstream. But here it's on a mainstream, like, do you see what I'm saying? How do we deal with these issues? So how do we respond to these issues from the Quran and the Sunnah? So that's what KnowledgeCon is all about. It's all about dealing with these contemporary knowledge-based matters that people need.
Beautiful.
But now there's another thing. Remember I told you KnowledgeCon, we try to do two things, right?
Yeah.
One's knowledge. Here specifically, what kind of knowledge? Contemporary knowledge, okay? Knowledge for a contemporary circumstance. The other branch of Knowledge College is about the mandem.
Okay.
By extension, I mean the galdem as well. Obviously, I don't want to call this galdem, but you know what I mean. Like, something for the brothers, something for the sisters, in a sense where they can vibe, they can link up, they can do their thing. Now we always do that with all our events. Whether it's the Umrah, people make friends for life. Whether it's matting in the masjid, whether it's the studying the deen that we do with the little yellow book and the little blue book in the summer, whatever we do, alhamdulillah, we facilitate an environment where you to make friends, best friends for life. Yeah. And you've seen this, akhi. This is not a gas. I mean, one of the brothers came on an Umrah trip with us and he was like, wallah, I just thought it was a marketing thing when you were saying we're going to make best friends for life. But we actually make best friends for life.
Yeah, wallah.
And what part of the reason is that we don't just expect you to just make friends. No, we facilitate. Sometimes you don't even realize, but there's certain things that we set in the environment, certain things that we do that cause you to just suddenly start making friends.
Yeah, socialize and whatnot.
But if we told you now, then you might be a bit stush and a bit stiff about it. But we just create that environment for you. Next thing you know, right, you just made friends. Certain people were affiliates and associates of different gangs that would be trying to kill each other, but now they're boys. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's one element. But how is this? But remember, every event we do, the brotherhood and the sisterhood has to have a different dynamic. Yeah. The same with the knowledge, it has a different dynamic. We're not studying mutun here. We're taking contemporary issues, right? Yeah. So what's the dynamic here? The dynamic here is that KnowledgeCon, inshallah ta'ala, is going to be our flagship event from this point forward. Okay. For the biggest international Salafi link up in the West, inshallah. Inshallah. I believe, I have certainty that Allah will make it like that. Every year, when KnowledgeCon happens, the same people attending now, whether you're coming from Belgium, whether you're coming from Canada, whether you come from America, whether you come from Manchester, London, East London, West London, North London, South London, wherever you're coming from, you're going to come back. Every year. This is going to be our thing, inshallah. Beautiful. And you're going to meet up with people that you're like, bro, these are the brothers that I met, these are the sisters that I met last time. And most likely you're going to be in touch with them anyway. But subhanAllah, it's just going to be that one thing that we as youngsters have to look forward to, a little holiday, a little retreat every year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and what is it? You're spending what? 4 days in the masjid. 4 days in the masjid. Yeah. People come early. In fact, one of the things that we're encouraging people to do is actually come early. If you haven't booked your flight, book it earlier, because from the Thursday or the Wednesday before, there's actually scholars that are going to be in the UK. So Medina College has got some of the scholars coming down to do al-waraqat. We'll put the links below, inshallah. Then there's the scholars, they're going to be going to Leicester. So I'm saying, if you can make a whole trip out of it, and that's the most, and really and truly going to the scholars is way more important than coming to our event. It's way more benefit. So now, you can do that as well. You see what I'm saying? You could do a bit of sightseeing if you really wanted to as well. I'm saying you're gonna make friends. That I can't explain to you. I know some people are like, I don't even want to make friends, but trust me now, brothers and sisters, there's two things that you need if you want to start practicing. Number one, you need knowledge, and number two, you need companionship. There's some people, we've seen it, akhi, have we not? I've been doing this for 8 years, and I know from 8 years with certainty that when people fall off the deen, it's only for one or two reasons. Either they weren't seeking knowledge, or they didn't have good friends. If he had good friends but not seeking knowledge, eventually he gets bored of those friends and he goes back because the knowledge isn't there to keep him going forward. If he had knowledge but not good friends, eventually the people in his ends, because every day he's going to class but he's come back to his ends, those men are going to overpower him and he's going to fall off the deen. So we try to create that environment. Do you see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, akhi, like I said, It's not like you can walk out the street and just see practicing people.
Yeah.
So we have to create our own social network. Do you see what I'm saying? Our own communities. So that's what we're trying to do. So I'm just saying that it's gonna be a vibe, man. Like, you know, you're gonna have the speakers there. The speakers are gonna be interactive with you. Like, we're gonna have sessions at night, 1 a.m. in the morning. We're gonna have nighttime sessions, daytime sessions. Like, just getting to know the people on a personal level. You see what I'm saying?
I love
like,
it.
So that's in essence why KnowledgeCon is so big, and this has not been done before. You tell me where this has been done in the West, where there's been an event that's dedicated to dealing with contemporary issues over a 4-day period, and not just that, it's a jam, it's a link up, it's a vibe.
Yeah, I haven't come across it. Yeah.
Up. Do you see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Like, now, I was really excited about the event. So, you know, I'm a lot more calm. The reason I'm calm now is because I'm just. So one of them was I'm just counting down the days to it, and the response that we've seen and the energy we've seen from the people is already so mad that we're already planning for the next year. Yeah, and all the other events in between, and I'm just so shocked and amazed at the response. Like we never had an event ever, and you know this because you've been with us for a while now. Have we ever had an event that packed out of this?
No.
No,
we actually haven't. No.
Like, I think at one point I'm not sure if it did, but it seemed like the website crashed.
It seemed like it, yeah.
Because the amount of people were just hammering down the website. This is insane, bro. This is insane. So I've got conviction in Allah Azza wa Jal that this event is really going to turn out to be even better than what we thought. And that's the thing. And, you know, that's what keeps happening. That's why I'm so grateful to Allah, is that every event that we do, I have expectations. And you know my expectations are high. And my expectations are some of the highest in the team. Like, I'm always the one who's disappointed in the performance, right? Like, recently, even my expectations being exceeded. Yeah. It's one thing for your expectations to be exceeded. But for me, because like my standard is even higher than yours, like, I'm just like, raw. So this is, inshallah, it's gonna be big. I'm just so calm right now, in the sense where I've got so much certainty, that I've got so much conviction in Allah. This is going to be a life-changing event. Because there's a couple of things that I went to in my life, a couple of experiences that I had that were life-changing, that made me into the person I was. And there were events. There were certain things that were life-changing, but it wasn't like it was supposed to be a life-changing event. Yeah. But there was elements of the event that were life-changing for me. So then what I tried to do is I tried to look back at those instances that were like, raw, okay, that was life-changing for me. And what I try to do now is I try to pick those little things out and put them all together in what we do. Yeah. So the whole thing from beginning to end can be life-changing. Good. The whole thing, do you see what I'm saying? And I think this is a new age, a new era, akhi, of da'wah. Like, we've seen da'wah to Salafiyya spreading like crazy. People are seeing, you know, like you know, usually Ikhwanis, they were the ones who were known for like having little hype events and whatnot. Yeah, but they never succeeded in creating relationships, and nor did they succeed in imparting knowledge. All they succeeded in was entertaining. Yeah. But the thing is, eventually you get bored, right? Yeah, eventually there's no substance. Yeah, there's no substance. Like, eventually, I mean, how many times can you watch the same movie? Movies are haram. I'm not encouraging movies, but I'm saying, how many times can you watch the same movie?
I can't really. It's dead.
Yeah, I mean, you see what I'm saying? So that's what they just had one script, one style, one thing. Yeah. And eventually it got boring. But I'm saying, we realized, look, we're not trying to entertain people. We're trying to make you benefit, and people realize there's real benefit here. There's real substance. So that's why, inshallah, this event, it's gonna be. I can't even explain to you, like.
You're excited.
Okay, it's not even. It's weird how I feel right now. It's not even excited. Like, I feel like it's what we're working towards. Like, can I? I know I'm talking a lot, but can I explain the model? Our model.
Go on.
Okay, so basically, here's how it all fits in. Yeah. I'm not going to talk about Knowledge College online. I'm going to talk about Knowledge College offline. Okay. Okay, and then we'll talk about online after, inshallah. But the asl, the root of it.
Like the real life da'wah work.
Yeah. Go on. So, what we have is we have seasonal events, and we have weekly events. So the weekly events, it's matting in the masjid. And the classes, like, for example, Sheikh Abu Sahib, he does the fortnightly seerah class. Beautiful. And we're actually in the process of adding more classes, inshallah ta'ala. So like the whole week is full. So every week there's a class, there's something to do. Okay. Yeah. Matting in the masjid for the newly practicing brothers on the road kind of thing. And then there's other ones, right? So that's what brings people in. That's the foundation. Like the ground is dirty, right?
Yep.
Like this is your analogy. The ground's dirty, and that's just cleaning the ground. Because in a second we're gonna plant some seeds.
Yeah,
We're
inshallah.
gonna grow some good flowers.
Inshallah.
We're gonna take some flowers and make a bouquet out of it. Right now the earth isn't even fertile. So right now we're just fixing the soil. That's my thing in the message. It's just bringing the people in. Okay. Then what we have is we have these seasonal events. Now the religion can be divided into 3 categories.
Go on.
Aqidah, which is your creed. Fiqh, which is rulings and ahkam. Aqidah is what you believe, and like fiqh is like how you worship Allah Azza wa Jal. And then there's manners.
Okay.
So then now for us, we've got 3 flagship seminars that we're going to do every year, inshallah.
Yeah.
Which is the KnowledgeCon.
Yeah.
Which is this one, and that's going to be dealing with fiqh, contemporary fiqh. Then inshallah ta'ala, hopefully around about Easter time, we're going to do one on aqidah.
Yeah.
Manhaj, salafiyah. So we're going to have about, again, like 3-4 days of just pure teaching people what the correct creed is.
Good.
Certain groups are going to get refuted. Certain things are going to get taught. People's hearts are going to get cleansed and purified, inshallah ta'ala. Then in the summer, we've got a amazing family retreat that we're going to do, inshallah.
Yeah.
Which is going to be for husband, wives, mothers, daughters, sons, uncles, aunties. Like, do you see what I'm saying? And it's going to be around like heart softeners and manners and going through the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and taking a hadith and taking benefit from it. And we've got a very nice syllabus for that as well, inshallah. So these are going to be our 3.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in the summertime, we also have our Studying the Deen program.
Beautiful.
Where you go through the little yellow book, the little blue book, red book, green book, which is the syllabus that they teach in Masjid Nabawi Medina.
Beautiful.
So now, why is that? Where does that come in? It's because we took people from Madinah Masjid, and then we took them into these seminars and these conventions that we have at different seasons. And then from there, who wants to take knowledge serious now?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's time for you to grow.
Yeah.
That's where the Studying the Deen program comes in. And in between that, we have other little courses, and we have this course and that course and this course and that course. And in between all the seasons there, we have Umrah with the Mandem, which is where the team gets to meet. Different students from around the world get to come, get to have a real iman boosting experience.
Beautiful.
That's where we practically, because remember this ta'aleem, there's this teaching, and then there's tarbiyah, which is cultivating, which is like mentoring, personal like development. You see what I'm saying? So we can't personally develop you, and there's one thing I teach you good manners, but then how do I cultivate good manners? And you have to watch you, have to look at you.
Yeah.
That's what Remember the Mandem's all about. We look at you, we develop you. You see what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
And then for those who can't make it to any of the live events, we put it all online for you.
Yeah.
That's where the online knowledge college comes. You see what I'm saying? So that's the whole. Like I'm saying, with all this in place, you're building, you've got non-practicing people come and start practicing. Those are practicing, we've got something for them. Those who want to seek knowledge, we've got something for them.
Yeah.
Family members, we've got something for them.
Yeah.
Aqidah, we've got something for them. Creed, we've got something for them. Fiqh, we've got something for them. And I forgot to mention, inshallah ta'ala, in the summer, we're starting a project for kids as well.
Okay, mashallah.
Sunnah kids.
Good.
We haven't confirmed the name.
It's out there now.
But you see what I'm saying? So even with the kids, we're
Yeah.
going to have this, we're going to earn stuff for the sisters, stuff for the, so basically, we're trying to build a nation.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Inshallah.
I love it.
A nation within a nation.
I love it.
A community within a community.
I love it.
You see what I'm saying?
Sick idea. Spectacular.
So yeah, man, that's basically that's why I just wanted to basically explain to people.
Yeah.
And that's why we're so hyped for this. That's where it all
Yeah.
fits in. So yeah, man, like I said, there's still a few spaces left on the KnowledgeCon. Alhamdulillah. The brothers' accommodation spaces are gone. Sisters, I think there was only 4. I don't know if there's even going to be any left at this time. If there's anyone who's flying internationally and absolutely does need to stay in the masjid,
Yeah.
then they can email us at survivalguide.in@gmail.com,
Okay.
or they could DM me and I'll pass them the email, inshallah, and we can try
Good.
and force
Good.
a little place for them. But apart from that, we
Pretty much most of the spaces are gone.
they're gone. But the ones who are not staying in the masjid, there's still some spaces left.
Okay.
But
okay,
registration tomorrow, 100 million % midnight.
good. So nobody can DM you like, yo, brother, I missed it. Can you make some space for me?
I realize it's gonna be hard. Like
Yeah.
I'm always that guy who's trying to stretch it.
Yeah,
and bring
yeah,
people
yeah,
in,
honestly.
but I just do it before midnight, because once you miss it, you miss it.
No guarantees. Yeah.
And this event, like I said, trust me, the first is never like the last, innit?
Yeah.
So people are gonna really regret if they miss it, man.
Beautiful. Okay. With that being said, nothing else as to?
No, just
Beautiful.
sign up below,
Okay.
man.
Nice.
Inshallah, just make sure you sign up at the link below, inshallah ta'ala.
Okay.
And that's
Inshallah.
it, man. It's a wrap.
All right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.